TV. My name is Idris Matusegawa, and today is the 8th of December 2023. The year has really flashed by. Now, today, hundreds of years ago, classical artists would work under a patronage system with wealthy aristocrats or charge for music pieces commissioned for specific events. Throughout time, this has evolved into a royalty system and income through merchandising and stadium concerts. The link between business and music has never been more truer than over the past 2 decades, in many more and different ways than any of us could have imagined. As we smell a fresh year of 2024 coming, we traverse the dimensions of music industry in performance and growth, coupled with trends. And to unwrap the whole package of information on this, we have Cindy Sanyu, President of the Uganda Musician Association and artist, Mark the Urban, the Dancehall Maradona artist, and the usual suspect, Andrew Kagwa, an arts journalist with Daily Monitor. Good morning, gentlemen and lady.
Good morning.
What's the Burundi?
Yeah.
Cindy, I want to start with you because you are the lady, you're the flower of today's panel.
Thank you.
How has the year been for you?
Has been good. It started out really slow.
Yeah.
You know, I had a baby.
Well.
Yes. I had a baby in
Congratulations on
April.
that.
Yeah, so it started really slow,
Yeah.
and then, you know, then it caught up and we're where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think having a baby is one of those things that just changes your life. I know you have other children,
Yeah.
but having more and more and more.
That's true.
just-
It's new every time.
Yeah.
It's new every time. You never get used to it. It's
How
not
is
a talent.
motherhood?
It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's not, yeah. So it's always a new thing. So the year started with me, you know, spending time at home and with the kids and not thinking anything big is going to happen.
Yeah.
I just thought I would start slow, you know, I don't have the time, and I'll start slow and grow. But it's been a beautiful experience.
It's been a beautiful
Yes.
experience. Well, today, if you have just joined us, we are talking about what has the music industry been like for the 2023 year that is coming to an end. And if you want to be part of the conversation, please go to our social media platforms. That is on Twitter, which is now X, or Facebook, or look out for YouTube. Just type in NTV Uganda. The hashtag to use is morning@NTV. What has the music industry been for you? You can tell us right there. Now, Sin, I want to stick with you a little bit more.
Okay, I'm scared to see Kagwa here.
Shouldn't scare you.
Is
at
it
all.
always analyzing us?
But
No,
he
I'm
does
cool.
a
I'm
good
cool.
job, though. He does a
I'm
good
cool.
job.
Yes, it
Doesn't
does.
he?
Yes, it does.
So, talking about 2023, you told us you had a baby.
Yes.
And I think so much has happened for you. Hasn't it been quite a special year for you?
It has.
Yeah,
It's
what
really
else has
been
happened?
special.
Although we know, but
Yeah,
Tell me.
you want me to say it? well, the battle happened.
Yes.
We had one of the biggest crowds that Uganda's ever seen at a show. And I think that's a milestone for women, first of all,
Yeah,
you know, and myself. I see myself, you know, as an inspiration. It's, you know, if I'm going to lead that, I am very glad I led that, you know, because the same way that you did Boom Party at a big venue that a woman had never done. So going through that milestone right now, I feel very proud.
Yeah.
You know, I think I've done that for women. We did that for women.
you did.
Yeah, so this is a very good year for women. And most of the hits are by women, you know, and all that. So
Women are taking
it's
over.
been our year. It's been our year.
Mark Alban, are you scared?
No,
The gents might be phasing out.
not really.
Not really.
Yes.
Okay. But now, Cindy,
Yes.
a little bird was tweeting about that you and the girls are back together.
This has been an ongoing conversation for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
It's been hard to do because we all became different brands, you know, and all of us became like established brands. So when we came together, it was managers, assistants, and proposals and stuff, and that just didn't work out. But this year we met as Lillian, Cindy, and Jackie, and we spoke, just the 3 of us, and it was like, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yes, and then we said we should do the first show as an activation to show people that we want to do something as Blue 3, and that's the show that we are having at Skies.
Should we expect more?
Of
More?
course. No, Blue 3 has to do something big. You know, Steve established a very big brand, and we Tetwagala Muswaza, we want to do something that represents Blue 3 and have a proper send-off, you know, because we didn't get to do that. Yeah, that's the goal.
Still sticking with you. there, you signed a very big contract somewhere.
Yeah, I did with Gabriel Bar Perfume.
Yeah.
Yes, it's crazy, but it's awesome. It's the T-shirt right here.
Does that mean the pockets are happy?
Yes, I'm very happy all the way to the bank and back. I am. It's been a very fruitful year, and I did something I didn't expect at all.
Yes.
I didn't know it would turn out this way. That's why it's just special. Yes.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Baradona,
Yes, I.
how has 2023 gone for you?
First of all, I give thanks. It's been a wonderful year, full of new experiences, new faces, new friends, and new enemies. It's a year, to me, that has totally changed everything about the dancehall Maradona.
Okay.
About the perspective through which people understand where we come from, through which people understand the dancehall music that has for a long time been dominating, though facing challenges right now for the ongoing new styles of music and all that. So I believe the dancehall Maradona Mark Devan has a lot to offer as the new year begins. So generally,
I'm getting ready for the new year.
I'm getting ready for the new year because
it's a good time.
You said everything I do China when you know,
when the year is ending.
When the year is ending, you know, we just have to wrap up and sum up and look back at what we've been doing and try to assess what we're going to do next year. So it's just a wonderful experience for me since I'm new to the industry. But all I can say is more fire will come soon.
More fire. Maradona, what could you say that has been that outstanding thing that you have achieved?
Yeah, recognition, because I've been welcomed so warmly in this industry, and I've managed to scoop new friends in Uganda and abroad. Recently, I've been to Nairobi, and my God, it was just a wonderful experience. Dancehall is like never before in Nairobi, more than in Kampala.
So alive, dancehall and reggae. You're right.
So
right.
alive. So it's just a wonderful experience. And by the mere fact that when you check on all the Twitters and Instagram and all that, I've been gaining recognition, and people have been mentioning Mark Diaban. Recently, Bebe Cool has been posting the freestyle that I was doing about Nairobi, the likes of King Sahara.
But why would you mention such a thing? Because I'm going to ask you now to give us the freestyle. Do you think we can go ahead without you doing that freestyle?
After I said Bebe Cool recognized it,
Give us one.
How can we sit in such a beautiful studio with the king herself?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
We don't mash it up, you know? So basically it's something so wonderful to me. And I thank and I give respect to them. I call them legends because they nurtured us. We've been listening to them since we're in school. They have been an inspiration for us because Favela will get to sometimes but once we get such people to inspire us, we do better and better every day.
You kind of read the world through them.
My freestyle.
Your freestyle?
Yes,
about what? Mention anything.
That one which you did that time.
The year 2023 in the music industry in Uganda.
Producer can give us a anyway. Right, so.
I'll come back to you, Andrew. As an arts journalist, you always write about what's going on in the industry. How can you define 2023 in Uganda music industry? How would you define it?
I think it's been good for the artists, it's been bad for the arts industry generally. One, like, not shedding anyone, but...
I can't wait to hear what you're going to say.
If you're to ask anyone, if you're to just make a random, what are they called?
Assessment.
A random assessment, and you ask someone, what's your biggest song in 2023? like a Ugandan song, like there are chances that that person will first think and they'll be like, most of the times when a person first thinks, my interpretation is that we've not been that memorable. Like they actually have to think about it.
Or maybe there is so much to think about because the quality has been good. All musicians have been producing a lot of music. It can't be a two-way.
I almost agree with him, because this year has been people have brought back old music this year.
Yeah.
Yes, they've not like really embraced the new music. They've actually like brought back the old music, and they're
They've
like,
been sampling.
Yes, they've been sampling the old music, because I can tell you right now that my biggest hit right now is Copycat. And this is a song I released in 2019, you understand? Because that's what they recognize now. So I can resonate with him when he says that, that there's not been like a strong, you know, presence of the new music. It has been like people remembering the old school, the old style. Like everyone who brought back an old beat was like, you know, people are reminiscing that old music.
Hasn't been there new artists
Actually,
who have produced
there are
something
new artists,
fresh?
but at the end of the day, I feel like we know mostly about them than we know about the music. I mean, I'm not shading anyone, but like if you woke up me randomly, I could tell you that I know Alien Skin. Then if you tell me, okay, name the Alien Skin songs, that's when things become tricky. So I feel like we've known more about the artists than we've actually known about the music.
But the music is not as interesting as the person. As the person.
So for me, I feel like the artists got their share, but as the consumers did not really get a good deal. Like, it's so hard to look back. If you're looking at the mood of 2023 and you're looking at Ugandan music, I mean, 2020, you can easily say Boom Party, which we picked from 2019. You can say Malamu when you're talking about still 2020, 2021.
Yes, true.
When you're talking about 2023, like,
you definitely remember the battle.
You can remember the battle, which was more of a
it was
concert.
not a song. I see what you're saying.
Like, it's so hard to remember about the music, though. In that bad, like in that bad sense for it, there've also been some good things to pick out. For example, this was the very first time that a Ugandan artists actually were on top of Apple Music in Uganda. Like most of the times, we usually have Nigerians that are leading our charts. But I think this year Joshua Baraka led with Nana twice, the remix and the original, which I could say was a win.
That's awesome.
For Uganda. We rarely win. And then still when you look at the numbers of Ugandan streaming have gone up. We performing better because I think that's the future. That's where we're supposed to be. But yeah, like I say, if we are to talk memorable songs, I don't think 2023.
There's one.
There's one. Which one?
Bailando.
Oh, Bailando.
Cindy. I see what you're doing.
What is she doing? Explain, Kagwa.
It's true now. I understand what you're saying, because Kagwa he wants a song with a strong message, and you understand, like a song with lots of attitude, and then it's not that kind of song. It's not that kind of song. It's like
maybe you're not
so
the target
serious
audience.
Okay, you see, I wish you could bring us back. I mean, I wish you could bring us back in December 2024, and trust me. Okay, now
2024.
That's you see, we are getting to where I didn't want to go, but you see, at times you can tell the strength of a song after time. Like at times you can't judge a song when it's in vogue. Like you can tell the strength of a song after time. There is a reason why at the battle she did in Sanyukana and everyone went nuts.
The longevity of the product that you put out.
When we were kids and we still
2006, 2007.
But
were you
trust me,
2006?
In 2006.
Okay. Off topic.
But mind you, between that time, a lot of songs have come up, and probably a lot of artists have come up, and we do not even know where they are.
So would you say that the industry has not achieved in any way?
I think the industry bowed to pressure. People bowed to the pressure of trending. So 2023 was that time where we valued trending more than actually creating art. like if it can trend, if it can get a slang and everyone is talking about
jump on it,
jump on it and do a song, but then at the end of the day we forgot the song after 2 weeks.
Terrible. Cindy, Kagwa talked about the fact that nowadays we know more about the personality, you as an artist, than we know about the music.
Yes.
Do you think social media has a part to play in that?
Yeah, artists, let me talk about the good part, is that artists have invested a lot in their careers. They've invested a lot in likes and pushing their music outside, but not in the actual art. That they haven't done. So there's the good side of it is like we're having artists who are big online and get the recognition and they know them all over the world. But if you get their content and put it there, it can't compete. You know, it can't compete with the world. But if you go to social media presence and have them push their music all the platforms, that has been super amazing this year. We've got Ugandans representing everywhere, and that is awesome. But it's like, what are they representing with? That is the problem.
True.
Yes, when it comes down to the product, it can't compete where they go, because where they go is the lyrically strong artists, and you know, everything is there and it's ready for that time. And our artists who are there are just not ready for that. Yes.
Are we
so
producing
it's like
more of bubblegum music?
Yes, we are. We are caring about pushing music, pushing to get there, like to be
a star.
Yes, to be a star, to be recognized everywhere, and not concentrating on the actual product. Yes.
What when you say when I look back 20, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, we had more of the Kadongo Kamo band artists who put out a song and you would listen to a song, break it down.
The story.
Even after 10 years, you would be like, oh, discovering something new about it.
That's true. Like a song which takes you to a moment, to an actual event, to a moment. Yes, we had that.
And now that's not happening.
No.
Why?
Because people want to make money. They want to make money fast, you know.
And then move on.
Really quick, and then move on to the next one. Yes, they don't have the time to sit down and spend all that time creating. It's like, instead of creating, I could be just making money, you know. So now we're there where people just want to make money and don't want to sit down and look at the art and perfect it, like what the Julianas do, you know. When
I think they're not looking at the music as that business that grows through stages. Because, you know, like when someone woke up and probably started on TV, there was that month where you're not getting as many adverts, and then it started picking up and it started actually working. Today someone wants to release a song and they perform at the biggest concert like next month.
That's true.
Forgetting that people that actually take their time, hone their skill, win a specific audience that understands them, last longer in this industry. Like, I mean, we were here for Kenneth Mugabe's show, and it sold out.
Beautiful.
But this is a person I once paid 50,000 to perform at a friend's wedding, and he was more than pleased to do it for free. But I do not want to work with artists for free. But he took that time, because the time I think I worked with Kenneth Mugabe was 2015. And he has been winning his audience over that time, doing smaller events, getting them to understand it.
At National Theatre.
At the National
really
Even street
events.
performances. In 2013, I think he used to perform at the mall, Akasha Mall.
Can you imagine?
For Christmas.
Wow.
That by the time you see him here, it has actually taken time and it's worth it. Now, at the moment, we have artists that come in and they want to do that. At the end of their, like, they've come in in about Feb, and in December they feel like they want to actually do that.
Interesting. Mark the Urban. I've met musicians, upcoming musicians, who, if you sat down and talked to them, like really talk to them, you'd find that they are more focused on the celebrity aspect of doing music. I want to be known. I want to be a celebrity. I want to walk around and people say, "Oh my God!" You know? Is that pushing you more to do music than saying, "Okay, I have a passion for music. I want to put out a product that I'll be remembered for. That I'll." 50 years after I'm dead, people will look back and say, Mark the Urban was indeed the Maradona of dancehall. As Maradona himself, the footballer, is remembered up to now.
That's a good question. To me, Okchikuwa doesn't drive me to do music. I basically, based on where I stay, where I'm living, where I grew up from, what I want to be, the life that I want to live, pushes me to do a lot of stuff. I'll go back to what Mr. Kago was saying. People jump on the slangs because they want to trend.
Yeah,
but music would be so interesting if those slangs, people understood the background, how it came about, and create stories to match the slangs. You understand? Because
that's what lasts.
Yes, that's what. Yeah, because for example, I would say there is a slang, the ongoing slang called woohoo. Everyone is saying woohoo. People don't know where it came from. They don't know. And I have the history of that slang.
Woohoo.
Yes, I started it.
Yeah.
Why did I start it? Because a long time, when you hear such a slang, you pack up everything that you have and start running, because it was used by people of bad intentions. You know, and it's a slang that originated from the ghettos of Kawempe, because Kawempe is feared for that. You understand? But when I came into the ghetto, and I realized we need to transform, because you're not going to do all that for a long time. We won't be, you know, snatching people's phones for a long time. We end up in the jail. So I sat down, I composed a song to change people's mindset. Now let's use woohoo as a form of identification.
That's beautiful.
Let me identify you. If I say woohoo, just understand your ghetto youth. Understand? So when people jumped on it, then they went unruly. Woohoo, woohoo. Yeah, unruly. You understand? So it won't last, because at the end of the day, you're doing the same thing that, you know, you're doing something very bad. You understand? So I think people, upcoming artists, should change their perspective. Because very many people, like Madam Cindy said, they are big online, very, very big. You can't compete with them, the likes, the comments, and the shares, and all that. But once you stand there to deliver the content and show people your creativity, you're nothing. You know?
That's true.
So that's my take on that.
Ah, wow, Mark the Urban, you're so respectful. You called Cindy Madame Cindy.
I know, right? I know.
Madame
Really
Cindy.
sweet. That was sweet.
One madam.
Touch collar, don't go there.
And so, Madame Cindy,
Yeah.
you're wearing two hats. The hat of an artist,
Yeah.
and also the hat of the president, of the Uganda
Musicians Association, which you need to register with very soon. Yes, we're
You
saying.
told me it was registered, so I did
I
not
was
know.
there with Madame Fina and we discussed about
I
it.
see.
So she
Oh,
told
you
me,
are.
Madame Fina told me, I should call her. We got the office,
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
Well, now you
We're
are with
waiting
the
for you.
president.
I'm
so
with the president,
What
so-
else are you
yeah.
asking for? So, President,
Yes.
as the president of UBA, what achievements do you feel that the music industry has attained throughout 2023?
This year, unity has been our biggest problem. With UMA, it was easier for us to get artists like, say, the Maradona of dancehall, because he has started out, he's looking to connect and all that. It was easier for us to get them than to get the likes of, say, Spice, Diana, Kenzo. It was really hard for us to get them because they felt like they don't need us.
Yeah.
So then they got the federation, and they felt home there. So much as they are not in UMA, they are somewhere. And for me, that's an achievement. That's an achievement. You know, I don't know, but I'm going to celebrate now. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I'm going to celebrate today that they are somewhere. Because what we wanted is artists to have a voice, a collective voice, you know. And much as we walk into the parliament differently, we walk in with the same message. So at the end of it, I feel like the industry is winning. You know, in a different way, we are winning. And that has been a major, really a major achievement for the industry.
Unity.
I'm happy about it. So unity has been achieved this year finally, like with the big stars who felt like they didn't have anywhere they where they belong. Because the older artists have like Legends, they have Kadongo Kamo Association, all that, so many places to go. The younger artists feel like they can connect with UMA. So these other established artists felt like, I don't want to be, you know, in an association where we don't have the same problems. Kenzo doesn't feel like he has, I'm not saying him as a person, I'm saying him as a whole, like him and stars like him, feel like they have different problems from, say, him, like you know, so they felt like so they got the federation. So I am happy that even them, they have a home, you know, because we were so scattered. Now it's just 2 voices. It's a good thing. Before there were like 1,000, you know. So that for me is a major success in the industry. Yes. Then also now you see the likes of the government wanting to invest. We've been chasing that for years, and the copyright law is like this close, you know, to being complete. This year just looks good. We've gone into more offices, you know, and stuff, and it's looking good.
Wouldn't you be concerned that, you know, like, okay, the federation is there, then now you have the federation and the association that's already 2, I would call them parties that are representing artists. Aren't you concerned that this might give a birth to an idea of having multiple associations, whereby in the future people might think, okay, this one was able to do this, okay, let me also do Akadango Kamu Association, let me do Dancehall Association, let me do that.
We had that at the lockdown. We had thousands of associations, some even with just one person, but it was an association. So, but then with time, they decided to fall off the radar because they realized it's not a game, you know, having an association is not that easy. So now they're less. People have seen the seriousness of it, how much work is involved, and if it's not a calling, as an artist, you see it as wasting time. So I don't think that's a problem, because I've seen how serious it is. So people are not just going to start an association tomorrow, because it's not that easy to get funds like it was in the lockdown, because they're like, the artist in Jali Baluma, you know, somebody should feed the artists and stuff. But now, what are you going to tell people now, you know? So they've seen the work that is involved, and very few people are interested now. So that you know, keeps the door not so open. Not so open. Yes, but it's still there. According to our law, you can associate with, you have the freedom to associate, so you can't stop people from starting associations.
You talked about COVID, and I remember during that period, that's when most artists actually realized that, hey, I need to eat from my products.
Yes, true.
Talking about social media and internet, copyright law, is there any concern that nowadays, okay, maybe let me start off with this question. How much do you make from YouTube and these other platforms like Spotify?
That's not something I've thought about. With my channel, because my channel is a small channel, it's not a big one, it's between, in a year, it's between $3,000 and $5,000 a year. Yes.
Mark Urban, do you make any money from these platforms?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And when I say that, I say my cut as me, because I don't know how much the aggregator is taking at the end of the day. The transparency is basically zero. You depend on the guy, you know, to tell you what's going on. So that is missing. If the transparency was there, I'd be able to tell you like real figures, you know, but I can't. I can only tell you that this is how much that comes after the aggregator takes off and all the taxes come off, and that's how much that comes out of it. But I have heard that the people who make $10,000 to $15,000, you know, a year, and that's, you know, that's a good paycheck.
I think it's actually easy to, and that's specifically YouTube. It's easy to make 10,000 as a Ugandan artist, because as Ugandan artists, most of us are independent artists. They do not belong to a label. It's not the same thing in South Africa, where you're owned by someone. So there are a lot of cuts that go on when the money comes in, besides the millions you're making. But when it comes to other streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, and the others, world over, the artists are not making money out of them, because the pay is specifically bad. You need to make about, you need to be played or streamed about 1,000 times for you to get $1. So, and then even the way they distribute the money is according to who is most popular on on the platform.
Yeah.
So as Cindy, you might still make 1 million streams, but still Drake will get a bit of your cut, because in their belief, people came to the streaming because of Drake, and then somehow bumped into you. Like, it's a very messed up situation, by the way. So, which is a conversation at times we have with artists, like, yes, we usually tell you to put your music on streams, but you might not make a lot of money out of it.
It's not money to rely on, basically.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have a bonus 10 million.
Yeah.
You understand?
Somewhere.
Every day. It's that come money, you're like, I have like a Camille there. You know?
Interesting.
Yes.
Cindy, as the president and also as an artist, one of the things that I think most artists have been struggling with is that the business aspect of the career.
Yeah.
Because you find older artists maybe who have retired and are no longer producing new music who are struggling.
The big problem, sorry for cutting you off, is that the big artists have very bad deals that they signed years ago and they can't run out of them. The young artists are busy signing into slavery every day. So that is actually an issue that we handle like on a daily. It's very annoying when you look at the contract and you want to ask the artist, did you did you read through? Did you see what you're doing? Because you have a label is going to promote you the same way that they promote a sack of salt. You understand? They're not going to handle you like a human being. That's not business. So they are going to spend all your money on marketing. Whatever money you make, that's how much they spend. If you make 15 million a month, they're going to spend 13.5 marketing, and you remain with 1.5, which you have to split with them, and they get 70%, you get 30. So you have a huge name, but you have no money in your pocket. You understand? You're a slave because if you leave them, you don't have food. You don't have basic food. You don't have rent, you know, because it's different if you leave a labor and at least, you have rent for 6 months or kwesotinga. But we have contracts right now that an artist, if they walk out 2 seconds later, bamugobe munyumba. And that is like most of the artists who are trending right now. Most of them are into such contracts that they depend totally on the label. Where the label owns your name, the label is Kagwa. When you leave, you're not Kagwa anymore. You can't. Every time you mention that you're Kagwa, they sue you. You know, so such contracts is what we're dealing with right now. Then we have established artists that we all admire. But 10 years ago, they signed over their next 50 years to a guy. You understand? So these contracts are destroying the industry. Amid all the glamour, there's this going on and it's real.
Terrible. Well, if you have just joined us, this is Morning at NTV. My name is Idris Matusegawali. If you want to be part of the conversation, go to our social media platforms. That is on Twitter or X. Go to Facebook. So many social media platforms nowadays, you can't even finish them. But look out for NTV Uganda. The hashtag is Morning at NTV. Look out for NTV Uganda. Well, we are going to take a short break. We shall be right back with more.
You're watching Morning at NTV.
Good morning and welcome back to Morning at NTV. My name is Idris Matusegawa and we are talking about the music industry plus how it has been for 2023. Now in studio I have Madam Cindy.
You're going to make everybody call me Madam now.
The dancer of Maradona, Dr. Alban, and arts journalist Andrew Kagbo. We are talking about how the industry has shifted and what to expect in 2024 is what we are going to be talking about in this last segment. Now, Cindy, go get over. So Cindy, Sanyu,
yes,
we're talking about the business side of the industry.
Yes.
Because so many people are being cheated.
Yeah.
You know, you work for how many years and then at the end of the day, you find yourself broke.
Yeah,
you
true.
know? So how can UMA as an association guide or assist literally help the musicians in Uganda to understand the business side of things so that they don't end up broke?
Okay, first of all, I like artists, every artist to know, every artist, even someone who's thinking about being an artist to know that UMA's doors are open.
Yeah.
You can bring your contracts and we have a team of 4 lawyers they can sit and help you, and you don't have to, they don't have to, we don't charge a dime for this. Bring your contract and let's translate it for you, you know, especially if you don't understand English. Toswala, you know, we are your people. Yeah. So come through. Chiswaza, you know, to go to other people. But we are artists. We've done, most of us have made those mistakes before. You can walk into and say, I'd like for someone to translate my contract, and we'll get you a lawyer to sit with you and explain in your language what this exactly means before you sign these horrible contracts. So what we are doing...
Some things happen so fast.
Yes. No, the artist looks at the money. They look at... Go through everything. How much? Yes, and then they sign. You understand? They just look at the end, and they don't look at, because there are too many pages to read, and they don't. And like, you know, and all that. And then when the managers come, they come like, I love your music. I just want to be part of your story. I know.
She doesn't like you.
Yes, those people don't like you. Now you see Cindy, you're going to be bigger than that one. Don't even worry about her. You just sign here. Yes. You know, so they come with a really good language, but let's start with that. Let's start just translating the contracts properly. Because at a certain point right now, there are artists who we can't help no matter. Like even if you have a team of lawyers, you can't help because their name is signed, and the managers are ruthless. These record labels, ooh, they are ruthless, and they really want to gain their money back like 50,000%. It's not just 100%. Yeah, so them, they're serious business people. So artists should now start looking at music as serious business. Let's, is open. We can help you with your contracts. We've been having artists who have been coming in. There's Serena Bata, who was having issues with the former management, and we managed to settle that. She didn't have to go to jail because she was about to be taken to jail. So we brought lawyers. And our lawyers came in and helped her, and even now they're still working with her, the journey with her. So those are things that we've been able to help these young artists with. The older artists are a bit hard, but we're trying to find a dynamic that at least call the guy and talk to him. We're all human beings, you know, and speak to them about these horrible contracts. But yeah, that's an issue we face on a daily.
Mark the Urban, have you made any mistake that you look back and you're like, wow, I wish I knew better?
Yeah, of course, mistakes are in life. You can't avoid them. I remember when Azawi posted me, it was Kanjit excitement. Because everybody was like, oh, Maktia, but that ghetto boy from Kawempe, everyone. And Maudi Yogonagari Kumaktia ban on a blogger, it's my VC everywhere. At the end of the day, I realized that I'm releasing content and people are using it in Zingandiahu, you know. And when I try to be serious about it and conscious about it, you know that guy matira blah blah and all that stuff, you know. But at the end of the day, I realized that that's me, it's mine, in such creating, I have to put it there. So I have to be serious about it. And naturally, I request because should I use madam?
Yes. You guys won't leave me alone.
Because the king herself, Achogedeko, and she said, when she talked about Uma, my okusawa kwange kolinti ajeko wansi. You come down to the ghetto in Zenjako Stinga Kutaf Empire, where I come from, and you meet these people because talent comes from the ghetto. Ghetto is a home of talent, if I may say. We've seen very many ghetto youths defying the old system. Kuanga Edda, try to shimani, twakula tulowoza until one time we are going to get a label to sign us to become big, or we are going to do collaborations with big artists so that we also affiliate and get that name. But we've seen some ghetto youths defying that and coming out of the blue, and boom, there are artists everywhere. So I would like, since the president is here, Jangu Keri, you know, to meeting abantu bano, more sensitization, to barage birunje biriwo. Then that's how nsubira wetugenda okufuna the right people abagenda okumeka nga uma more legit mu maaso eyo bagambe nti we are this because of uma. I personally myself nali sikimanyi not until after the show we went outside there and we stood for almost 2 hours with Fina, and she was discussing a lot of issues, the benefits, challenges, and what we can achieve as.
So in other
together.
words, sometimes you make the mistakes because you are ignorant about certain things.
And that's your percentages singer musicians, my artists, they don't know. They totally know nothing. And but desperate because obeera yo wanseeyo for a long time ng'okimanyi ogenda kukikuba, and then buli gwotuukirira yenna yenna asooka nakulaga that attitude, you know, where do you come from, anya kumanya what and what and what and what and what, you know. Kati ebiseera ebisinga contracts zigenda okujja okufuna ng'ogolaba you have that chance, you're going to make it. Somebody is telling you when you read this close, you see it gonna call about, gonna find an apartment, gonna kwambala nga boti, gonna kola nga boti. At the end of the day, no birowoozamu noga ho kati nze abeera mu nkere.
Basically selling, you know, an empty dream.
Yes. And at the end of the day ogenda kukitunuliramu nga enyumba bagisasudde for only 1 year.
But also zizo,
you know. Yes. So for 1 year nabatandika okubanja ngona ne management because music siteka, it's not a must that once you get signed you're going to make a hit song.
Sure.
You can take like 5 to 10 years without.
True.
And nabakuteka mu center they get tired. Now going to tell you kokatambula because for them they aim at business, and business babanunya, you know, profit maximization. So at the end of the day, babakwata fe tukita babakwata speed, babakwata omuzimu. No take
grab you.
Yes, you know, and sometimes to mind kusoma because luba luzungu nate so luzungu lwasoma kusoma luba lwabaloya. So translating it to put it into your real life chotegera chiba chiziba, at the end of the day you mess up and crash.
Okay, we'll do that together.
Thank you.
You see?
Like I say, sometimes it happens so fast. I'll tell you the story of her.
Andrew, as someone who analyzes, observes the music industry as a job, and probably one could term you as an outsider, because sometimes when you're in the house, you might not smell the bad odor. So for you, as someone who has the bigger picture, how would you advise the artists and the president herself probably how to improve the business side of things for artists? What loopholes do you notice?
One, improving the business side of it at times starts with the artists themselves. At times. One, because music's biggest business is performing. But again, there are very many people that will not make their money off performing. For example, my friend Kaz Kasoze makes much of his money creating music for film than actually performing it. So just you as a person, one, knowing what you want. The problem we have at the moment is most people get into the industry to become celebrities. And the moment you're getting into become a celebrity, there are chances you miss the business part of it, you miss the opportunity part of it. Like you miss all these other nitty-gritties, and we cannot know
them for fame.
Yeah, we cannot know when someone is coming into the industry. At times we notice them when they're already there. So they are late for mentorship. But when I'm talking to probably the association, the president, one of the things I would say, 2024 they should push for opportunities, because of opportunities spread around, and opportunities like, say, you know, I was supposed to be in Kigali for Kendrick Lamar's show, and one of the things I noticed when I was talking to the people that were organizing, like they were very deliberate about Rwandan art benefiting from Kendrick Lamar being in Rwanda. And these are things I think we should be talking to our men in suits when you see them. Like, yes, I appreciate the copyright law, but I usually tell people the copyright law proves that your suit is your suit. Like at that time, there are times when you have your suit at home, but it's not making you money. But it's your suit. If someone steals it, then you have a case. If no one steals your suit, it's at home with you.
Yeah, true.
Yet, I feel if the conversation we are having with the men in suits are like, we need an arena, there is more we can do with that arena. There is more we can do when it comes to bringing people in Uganda who we can end up collaborating with. Like, man, these are conversations we need to start having.
There's so much
like,
to be done.
Sure.
And Cindy, recently the Parliament approved the supplementary budget.
Yes.
And 13 billion Ugandan shillings were given to the artist circle.
Yeah.
Was UMA involved in lobbying for this?
Well, no, not actively like that. What we do is that everyone submits their plan for the year, and then, you know, the government does their thing, which I absolutely don't understand. But but as we're giving our budget, and they know their systems, they work their things out. They're like, okay, now out of everything we've seen, we're giving this much money to the sector. Now, when they give it to the sector us need to organize ourselves and see how we're going to utilize. And I think that that's the ongoing conversation. We've not yet received a call from the ministry, people we expect to call about it, but we know we're the biggest in the sector, so we're expecting that call anytime soon.
This money has been allocated to the circle of artists.
Yes.
How would you use it to the benefit of artists?
We've already had a circle. We started the circle just right after the lockdown, and the artists were able to benefit from it and start like small businesses and stuff. And we still we needed more empowerment to make so that it can help an artist now, not then. And when, you know, we needed it was an emergency, but now, like, can I shoot a video? Can I do a show? And that, so that circle would help with that. And
basically diversifying.
And say, you know what, I am Cindy, you've seen my worth, give me $30,000. I want to do the same video that Tiwa Savage does, so that I can sell myself to Sony, sell myself to the world, because that is all money. It's not just talk, it's money. So we want to have like that kind of fund, so it would help in that way.
All right.
Yes.
So 2024.
Yes.
What do we expect?
Music. Music.
From Cindy.
I'll talk about Cindy first. I don't release music a lot. I don't. I release like very few songs, you know, and I've tried to get people to milk that, you know, and then do a concert. But next year I want to go opposite. I want to do what these new artists are doing, you know, release more music. I got a lot of time when I was pregnant to record a lot of music. So I want to sit down and just record and release music and videos, put them out there, so that by the time I'm ready for a concert, you have like a whole extra album to listen to apart from the old music. Yes, and then as UMA, we like what you spoke about. We want to do workshops to educate artists. We want to go down with Mark the Urban and meet the artists from the ghetto. By the way, I come from the ghetto as well. I'm not the ghetto in Kampala, the ghetto in Bali, so I'm more ghetto than you.
You're welcome.
Yes, like a small ghetto called Namatala. That's where I grew up from.
Oh.
They got me there when I auditioned for Coca-Cola Pop Stars. So I feel what you're saying. That's why I was immediately like, let's do it. Yeah, so stuff like that. That's what we want to do next year, and that's like a big issue for us. We want to get like be able to call people like writers from the US, from the UK, and just shed light. You know, if an artist, for example, from Kawempe sees the same writer, Neo coming in as a writer to tell him how to create and how to that would be very, that would be so inspirational. And I feel like it would take us away from this bubblegum music that we have and change the aspect of artists to go back to that music that people can
understanding the basics of being an artist.
Let's come back to the art, you know. Let's come back to it. Yeah, so that is something that UMA wants to do next year. Yes.
Maradona.
Yeah.
What should we expect? 2024 is just a few weeks from now. Any plans for yourself?
Yeah, man. I'm more fire. We are going to blaze. Moto. So I tell my fans and my people out there that the dancehall Maradona is ready to bring out more dancehall music, and let them expect the first ever ghetto show. It's called the Dancehall Syrup.
Nice.
And it is going to be featuring typically dancehall artists. and surprising artists that we won't post anywhere, but they will come
find them there.
typically doing dancehall music. Why? We had a discussion before we went on air, and Mr. Kagwa was saying the truth about dancehall music, that it is now struggling because of the recent trend of Afrobeat. But it has gone back underground, because it's what we listen to underground. It's not out there commercially, but underground. But we believe if it's underground, we can hatch it and bring it back and commercialize it. That's why I want to set up that. It's originally and typically dancehall, because I'll be moving in different ghettos to get people who can freestyle and do authentic dancehall music. Those are people that we are going to showcase. We are not going to say that we are going to put on posters real established artists. I want people, even if we get 10 or 5, that will come into our show. But for the love of dancehall, let's do this. And I want to tell my people, the people of Gaza, where I come from, thanks for loving Mac the Urban. More musical lace stack. We are going to blaze 2024. Keep it tuned and locked. Rapid.
Boss. Andrew, you as an arts journalist, what are some of the missed opportunities that you feel the music industry could exploit in 2024?
One, the music industry has gotten very many chances to go to the offices of power, and they've somehow asked for the wrong things. People have asked for cameras to set up music studios to shoot videos, and I'm thinking you can actually ask them to just remove the tax of the cameras so that anyone can bring them. People have asked for studios, like someone asked to build a studio where all artists can come and record, and I'm thinking, like, art is like being pregnant. Like, you know, when people are pregnant, they are moody. Like, you can enter a room and suddenly you do not like the way it looks.
That's true.
And
when
like,
you want another one, you don't want to be in there.
Like, art works like that. Like, you will somehow be in your kitchen and you get nimwe birungo, and like from the kitchen, wait, birungo means spices.
Yes.
Silly person.
But
I wrote that song in my car, so you're right. The mood can touch anywhere. Anywhere, yes.
So at times we do not need the spaces we are asking for, because art is very spontaneous. But that just. But anyway,
Yes, you were saying.
we need to ask for better opportunities when we meet the people in power, because at times we just need policies to change this whole thing around. At times we do not need the studios we are asking for. Like we just need policies that work for us. Just imagine if she can bring in cameras, you can bring in cameras, and like one shooting videos will even be cheaper. Just imagine if equipment to record, if we can all bring in equipment to record, like recording will become easier.
The
like,
taxes put on
so
things.
That's how we should be thinking. I believe that's how you should talk to power next year, because I feel like we've had a lot of missed opportunities whenever we meet power.
So Andrew,
thank you.
Since we are running out of time, and I promised my people
We're not going to survive this.
Mark the Urban and Madam Sind.
Today is for Mark the Urban. I am here to support.
Director, if you're ready, I need to hear that beat so that we get some freestyle.
Yes,
Friday, people want to feel the mood, the vibe.
Wake us up, wake us up.
As that beat getting ready, I just want to say thank you. All right, the beat is here.
See ya. Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, then. Mark the Urban, dance al Maradona, me never done. So me tell you now. Hey, me say, I saw me want bust it up. Somebody could have come and give me a little sunshine. Everybody knows me at the pan. Man in Ali, so me I tell you now. I saw me there up on NTV alongside I wanna them sing.
Yeah.
Everybody knows so where you at. Friday morning so where you have to represent right. Gaza where me you come from. Everybody knows me with no uniform. Dance what you know about me there like a champion me there. So me telling her me a the lion so me rock. Abaje yitamu there you go ya karo. You know me there mu time you mu with the co. They was to the ya nemu rose and memory ko. Alright now me a the general bari ba kurutu. When me a only microphone never do ka.
Tuned in to NTV in the morning, and we're having a good time, a good time, a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. It's me, Mati Aban Kagwo over here. Thank you guys. I love
Well, guys, thank you so much for watching Morning at NTV. My name is Idris Matu, and we shall see you next week on Monday. Stay tuned right here at NTV. Bye-bye.
Bang, bang, bang. I saw me love dance hall. I saw me love dance.